Hey guys, hope you're doing well. Just wanted to hop on today to talk about 3 things that you can do that can destroy your recruitment journey. Now, these are things that you probably have thought of and or have heard of people doing that you think you would never do. But let's just talk about these things so that we can be clear about what they are and how we can avoid them so that we can be successful in our recruitment journeys. So let's get started. Okay, so let's get into the 3 things that you can do that can destroy your recruitment journey. Excuse me. Let's get into it. So, the first one would be not taking ownership of the process. This is huge for what I preach in House of Volleyball. Relying on coaches, parents, and anybody else to get you recruited is going to be detrimental to most athletes' journeys. The only ones that potentially it wouldn't be and would be mostly handled for them, and I still wouldn't recommend that they take the back seat, but it would be just like the players that don't even have to try to get a D1 scholarship. And they're getting offers from the time they're young. So maybe that is the only person that I would say it is excusable that they're not taking much ownership in the process. However, they still need to want it and follow through with actions, show interest, and all of the things to get past just the offer stage or even just the talking stage with that coach to become a part of the team. So even they have to take ownership in the process. But for most everybody else who has to get their name out, they have to work the recruitment process in order to land scholarships. Taking ownership is so key to getting recruited, and any college coach will tell you as soon as they see parents taking over and emailing for them, it's just a bad sign because it almost shows that the athlete isn't responsible enough, doesn't take enough initiative, or care enough. So that is why it is so important that if you want to play in college, and especially if you want to get a scholarship, only 2% of athletes get athletic scholarships. So imagine the amount of ambition that you have to show the coach for them to grant you the funds to be a part of their team. So that being said, that is number 1 and probably the biggest one of all. Number 2 is poor or inconsistent communication. So this, you would think that when an athlete gets interest from any college, that they would reply in a timely manner, or at least acknowledge to the coach that they saw a message. However, this can be a huge problem when players have an ideal school in mind or they have a top 5 list. They can be very close-minded to other schools and will show a lack of interest to coaches that are reaching out to them, which is just the wrong way to go about it. You should be very open-minded as to where you're looking, and even if you don't want to play at a school, you could be dead set in that. You should always reply to a coach, show them respect, never burn those bridges, because you never know what is around the corner. You never know what's next in the recruitment journey. If you need to transfer schools, if for some reason your other one falls through, if you never know if you could change your mind about that school and say, oh my gosh, they actually have the major I want to study, and actually their team's doing, well, I want to join that team. You need to have, or maybe they offer you the biggest scholarship. You just want to, for many reasons, have an open mind and make sure that you are replying to coaches in a timely manner. Timely is important. Don't take days and days to just get back to them. Now, if you're making a final decision and you need a few days, you would communicate that and let them know. Communication's key. A low effort message sends red flags to coaches. They will not want to recruit you after that. Plus, college coaches can sniff that out in 2 seconds. As soon as they realize, they don't have interest, they will just mark you off. They're not going to go for someone that doesn't. So please, 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 even if you don't want to go there, be respectful and communicative towards college coaches. Okay, third one is being passive after no response. And what I mean by after no responses is you send an email or you send 20 emails to colleges you're interested in and they don't reply, so you just give up. That is just one huge reason people don't get recruited, is they don't know how to show perseverance in the journey of either no's or no response at all, which can be really hard. And I don't take away from that. I dealt with that many times when I wanted to get recruited and earn a scholarship. But I knew that if I wanted to get something, I had to go for it. And that means maybe sending more than one email, and just following up and communicating. And if there's no response after that, you're updating things. You're updating the coach on new highlight film. You're posting new highlight film. You're not just giving up or being passive about it just because you didn't hear back. There's just no way to get things you want in life. If you want something in life, you have to show them that you want it. Even if the first time they see your highlight film, they're like, nah, that's not going to work. You can change their mind. Sometimes you can't because it's just not a fit for the program. And if you reach out several times, likelihood of them letting you know it's just not going to work because of the way our program is right now. You're not the puzzle piece we're looking for. Don't take it personally and take that response and, tell them to let you know if they change their mind. And then go after those other schools, because not every single one of them is going to not reply to you after you have reached out to them several times. Keep reaching out, keep updating, obviously in a responsible way. Don't be emailing them every day. However, show you want it. It's okay to show you want something. And in the end, that will help you get where you want to go, okay? Now, these are just a few tips I wanted to share on this topic today. If you're interested, I have an online community called House of Volleyball for serious volleyball players and families that are wanting to identify where they can get stronger and become a more college-ready player, as well as, maybe want to get a transformative program for them. They join our House of Volleyball community, along with the fact that we offer recruitment instruction as well. So if you want a proven system that you can execute step by step for the recruitment process, join the community. It is definitely something you do not want to miss out on. The people in the community love it. It is a newer community. It is in the growing stage. If you would like to be a part of this and be a founding member, please go ahead and join. There's so much in there for you. You and I can connect and get a plan worked out for you so that you can get a scholarship and play in college. But you have to take action to do stuff like that. So that being said, so glad to have you here and glad that I could share these quick 3 tips and keep them in mind in your recruitment journey. We'll see you next time.